Hello everyone, my name is Kelly. First of all, I would like to introduce you my teammates.
Hello, I'm Chris.
Hello, my name is Vivian.
Hello everyone, my name is Jean.
Hello everyone, this is Jennifer.
Today our topic is the suggestion to Hong Kong government regarding how to facilitate the development and application of e-Hong Kong dollars.
Here you can see the outline of our presentation. The format of currency has been under evolution throughout the ages, from barter trading to cards, which are widely implemented nowadays. In recent years, new formats including electronic money and cryptocurrency are emerging, which we believe will dominate the future. In terms of cryptocurrency, represented by Bitcoin, it's now being accepted by more and more nations, as we can see on the map. China is still holding conservative attitude at this moment. Hong Kong is well known as a mature financial city with sophisticated legal system. To a certain extent, it may lag behind in accepting the new formats of money because it needs to establish legal base first. Hong Kong used to be the pioneer of digital money. We launched the Octopus card in 1997, being the second contactless smart card system in the world. However, it did not closely follow the trend when digital payments, including Alipay and WeChat Pay, becomes popular in China since 2014. By end of 2016, Hong Kong finally released the stored value facility licensed to companies and banks. And in 2017, local players including PayMe by HSBC and Tap & Go by HKD appears in the market. By 2028, we believe Hong Kong will have established solid legal base to support issuing of digital currency, e-Hong Kong dollars. A key to the successful development and implementation of e-Hong Kong dollars will be the technology innovation in the city, especially fintech. Since Hong Kong shares a lot of similarity with Singapore, another mature financial center, we would like to compare the fintech development in two cities and discuss some important factors that may make a difference.
Thank you, Kelly. Hello, I'm Chris. Technology is known as the most critical factor for a successful implementation of fintechs. So in this chapter, we will compare Hong Kong and Singapore to find out why Singapore is doing better than us. It is commonly said that Hong Kong is strong in finance and weak in technology. For example, in Singapore, they can operate payment system and e-wallets without seeking approval, while rules introduced in Hong Kong require firms to have a license for stored value facilities. So Singapore sets a good example for Hong Kong to learn how to formulate its future development plan, and we will find out the secret of Singapore's success in the coming slides. Hong Kong and Singapore are well known as four Asian tigers due to their high growth economies since 1960. From the economics report like GDP per capita and Global Innovation Index, it is clear that Singapore has overtaken Hong Kong in the last 20 years. Compared with the R&D contribution to GDP, Singapore's GDP in R&D is 2.2%, while Hong Kong is only 0.73. In money, it is about $4 billion higher than Hong Kong. From the components of the Global Innovation Index, it found that Singapore has a high score in human capital and research. Singapore has a very successful R&D backed with their education system, so they could maintain a dynamic innovation for knowledge absorption and creation and turn them into innovation output. And global companies, they chose Singapore as their location for their base in Asia because of the highly skilled talent, world-class infrastructure, and outstanding commitment to innovation. The fintech in Singapore received a strong support from government, including funding and sandbox for development. Singapore government also created a fintech office to coordinate and promote Singapore as a fintech center. Singapore government has long-term vision and plans. They announced Intelligent Nation 2015 in 2008. It is worth to mention Smart Nation, that it is a program to create tech-enabled solutions by technologies, networks, and big data. They also make effort to incorporate the use of cashless payment into citizens' life. Except startup hubs and fintech innovation village, they also hold events regularly to maintain the dynamic in their ecosystem, so the company can build up their network and share the experience during the event. Many new products and services are in plan or in service. For example, Open Financial Service API to allow banks to share data and a blockchain infrastructure for cross-border interbank payments. They also delegate authority so the financial institutions are allowed to have their risk assessment when introducing new projects and services. In Hong Kong, fintech is still at an emerging stage. There are support from government, but for sure there is room for improvement in innovation, government support, and ecosystem. For example, HKMA had improved their sandbox last year. The improved sandbox does not mean that Hong Kong will succeed in fintech, but it is essential to try improving. Compared with Hong Kong, you can see Hong Kong is lack of long-term vision and plans. Fintech is expected to grow rapidly, so Hong Kong must catch up to maintain its competitive advantage. Block 71 is a good example for Hong Kong to learn how to create a good ecosystem. Cyberport is a business park also, but I think many people in Hong Kong still consider it as a property project. There's a story behind the success of Block 71. In 2010, NUS convinced Singapore to keep Block 71 as an experiment to form startup hubs, and the government even rebuilt Block 73. Block 71 has the world's most successful startup community. It was built by creating an ecosystem with a friendly atmosphere and support from government, then to make Block 71 as a brand to expand overseas. It demonstrates how the startups scale up. NUS provide the venture financing, incubator, and network facilitator. But more importantly, the successful factor comes from the supply pools and demand pools. It is also something holding back Hong Kong to become a smart city. Even Hong Kong government start to increase their investment in innovation. The supply pools and demand pools is hard to build up in a short period of time. I will next pass my time to Vivian to continue the discussion on banking.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, my name is Vivian, and now I'll discuss the banking system between Hong Kong and Singapore with HSBC and DBS. Hong Kong and Singapore, both seen as financial centers of Asia, both are seen with large potential to nurture the next unicorn startup and set up the global startup ecosystem within their supportive business and financial structure. Let's take a look at banking system in HSBC and DBS to get a better picture of the impact of government policies and public cultures on the startup ecosystem. HSBC was born from one simple idea, a local bank serving international needs. In March 1865, HSBC opened its doors for business in Hong Kong, and today serves around 38 million customers worldwide in 67 countries and territories. HSBC was established to finance the growing trade between Europe, India, and China. And from the outset, trade finance was a strong feature of the local and international business of the bank, a strength that has been recognized throughout its history. Through growth, acquisitions, and diversification, HSBC had transferred from an important regional bank into one of the world's leading financial organizations. Today, it's the world's 7th largest bank by total asset of US $2.521 trillion as of December 2017. HSBC is organized with 4 business groups: commercial banking, global banking and markets, retail banking and wealth management, and private banking. HSBC is committed to its purpose by connecting customers to opportunities and enabling business to thrive and economies to prosper. HSBC uses digital technology to make it simpler, better, and faster for their customers to bank with them, while keeping their money safe and data secure. HSBC is working with companies and leading scientists to harness next generation technology. Following examples of digital innovations at HSBC: Your Face is Your Password, payment apps, and an innovation roundtable. Your Face is Your Password. HSBC customers can now log into mobile app using facial recognition technology. Biometrics such as voice, fingerprint, face, and retina scans offer a convenient alternative that can be significantly more secure. Payment apps. PayMe is a HSBC social payments apps that make it quicker and easier for people to transfer money to their friends and family instantly, securely, and for free with just a few taps on their phone, irrespective of the bank that they use. Another example, Innovation Roundtable lets their customers stay in control of their business anytime while grasping to more opportunities in the digital era, so as to embrace the latest technology in the pursuit of improving customer experience.
HSBC have been actively investing in innovation to elevate our interactivity with the public, include refreshing their online platform, launching various new digital features to meet the growing business need. By investing in startups, HSBC is transforming the way they do things inside HSBC. Technology teams are working like fintech with a culture of fast-paced innovation that puts the customer first. HSBC also works with dozens of technology companies and research institutions around the world to advance its own digital capabilities by focusing on areas like AI, biometrics, blockchain, and data analytics. HSBC is also working with the Hong Kong government to develop the next generation of banking technology at a new digital innovation lab, because it aims to help the next generation of digital experts by mentoring and investing in startups and supporting talented young students. DBS Bank from Singapore, also known as the Digital Bank of Singapore. DBS is a leading financial services group in Asia, with over 280 branches across 18 markets with over 9 million customers. DBS key franchises are in Singapore, Hong Kong, China, Taiwan, India, and Indonesia. Headquartered and listed in Singapore with a growing presence in the three key Asian axes of growth, Greater China, Southeast Asia, and South Asia. DBS also have been recognized for their leadership in the region, having been named as Asia's best bank by several publications. In addition, have been named the safest bank in Asia by Global Finance for 9 consecutive years. As one of Asia's leading banks with a total asset of Singaporean dollars 518 billion, it provides a full range of services in consumer banking, wealth management, and institutional banking. DBS slogan is Live More, Bank Less. As a frontrunner in digital transformation, DBS seeks to deliver a new kind of banking that's so simple, seamless, and invisible that customers have more time to spend on the people or things they care about. DBS is reimagining banking through use of digital technology and innovation to extend their reach, enhance efficiencies, and create tomorrow's solution. In order to be truly digital to the core, it involves a complete transformation of the bank from the front to the back end. To be successful, DBS invested in people and skills differently, re-architect DBS technology infrastructure in the back end to be cloud native, have systems and ways of working that shorten the release time of new application, and enable scalability through ecosystem partnerships. To create a startup culture and mindset, DBS found that learning by doing and learning by partnering are key. DBS facilitated this by creating immersion programs such as sprints, scrums, and hackathons. DBS has also collaborated with schools, universities, and startups through incubator and accelerator programs. In the last couple of years, have conducted over 1,000 experiments in the bank and now have over 15,000 people engaged in innovation programs. Additionally, DBS have also refurbished their workplace to encourage collaboration and fresh perspectives, created dedicated areas for design, experimentations, and foster new project management system to shorten the trial cycle for new ideas. DBS also hired user experience professionals and anthropologists and co-located technology specialists and traditional bankers for better collaboration. For example, DBS Asia X is a space to collaborate with startups and broader fintech community to reimagine, inspire, and create the future of innovation. Located within the heart of Singapore's startup ecosystem, DBS Asia X boosts project pods and spaces, journey rooms, co-working space for up to 100 people, as well as auditorium and cafe. The 16,000 square feet space will be DBS hub to develop iconic customer and employee experience. CEO of DBS once said, having invested time and resources in digitalizing the bank, we have seen visible results. DBS employees were exposed to digital concepts through customer journey workshops and hackathons held across the region. The bank has run over 1,000 experiments, and the bank's senior managers are each responsible for owning at least one customer journey. To collectively transfer the overall DBS experience for customers and employees alike, DBS aims to run numerous programs to fuel the innovation. Startups in either of the two places definitely need to look outside their city to truly grow. It is always challenging because one may easily focus on a niche that may be too specific to one of these two places and miss the bigger picture. It really comes down to mostly the Singaporean government having made things so much easier for startups over there than the Hong Kong government has. Once you have a fledgling startup ecosystem with a successful exits and funding, talent flourishes as they go out and build their own startups. That's what accelerates the Singaporean ecosystem once it gets rolling. Rather, HSBC is known for being conservative and risk-averse approach to business. In its technical management, HSBC has suffered a serious headline-making incident in which some customer data were allegedly leaked for money laundering or tax evasion related. And now, Jean will discuss the obstacles the Hong Kong government may face.
Thank you, Vivian. Hello, everyone. My name is Jean. I will talk about what's the obstacles that Hong Kong government may find when facilitate the development and application of the e-Hong Kong money.
First, are the users ready? Can and will they adapt to the changes? Second, will the infrastructures be ready by then to support the use of the cryptocurrency? Third, cybersecurity. This is extremely important, as if the cybersecurity is a concern to the users and is not strong enough, the users do not trust the cybersecurity. No matter how strong the infrastructures are, the cryptocurrency will not be launched successfully. Fourth, liquidity. Both in Hong Kong domestically and when the Hong Kong citizens are going overseas, would other countries recognize the e-Hong Kong dollar, and how can it change the other countries' e-money or physical currency?
And now, Shaman, Jennifer, and me will go through the suggestion to the Hong Kong government.
Here are our suggestions to the Hong Kong government of how they can facilitate the development and application of the e-Hong Kong money.
In every aspect, policymakers and administration plays a critical role in urban planning. The appropriateness of the policy will dictate the direction and the pace of adopting e-Hong Kong dollar as the legal tender. In principle, we suggest the policymakers and the administration could consider allowing different level of restrictions and control in different phases, as you can see in the lower part of the slides, to provide the possibility to expand the potential of the technology in a more responsive manner, and i.e. developing fast, implementing fast, and evaluating fast. In the first phase, Hong Kong government should make clear how Hong Kong can be the destination of choice for talents among its international competitors. Without appropriate and competent policy in place, Hong Kong will surely fall behind in the talent race among the region. With the right set of people, Hong Kong would have a better chance to move forward and build the desirable yet unknown infrastructure as well as applications. Once Phase 1 is in place, the administration can then test run the system with pioneer projects. Existing welfare schemes like pre-primary education voucher scheme would be an ideal project as one of the pioneers, followed by stamp duties and the rest of the tax duties. At this phase, meanwhile, government shall dictate and direct its agency to gradually adopting blockchain technology into their day-to-day operations to make the whole machine ready for larger scale of change. An independent committee, showing at the left top corner, should drive the whole process in response to the Executive Council and Legislative Council. The committee shall review and evaluate the progress and proceed to later phases in appropriate timing. In such kind of disruptive transformation, we can't simply count on civil servants and high-paid leaders. Startups and entrepreneurs are the right answer, as they always have a mindset of changing the world. Funding is one of the most undesired problems for all businesses and entrepreneurs. Unlike big corporations, startups often fall short in operating cash flow and forced to terminate their projects before they can make a profit or social value. Except funding, the other problem is lack of source of customer. Without a proven track record and massive supporting team, many customers of the commercial side and public sector are reluctant to adapt the new solution provided by them. In our opinion, government should sit back and act as a strong facilitator and let the entrepreneur to do the right, smart, yet dirty work.
Marketing. The government should do the marketing step by step to influence and change the user's habit. First, they should find out what should be put into the marketing campaign for different target groups. Second, they should find out the pioneers and the people with influence as the target of the marketing campaign. Third, the influencers will spread the benefits of the cryptocurrency to the public. Fourth, monitor the user's reaction and report to the government what support would the users need. Fifth, refine the marketing campaign. Sixth, further enlarge the depth and the width of the campaign. After the successful launch of the marketing campaigns, we believe that we have already changed the users' behaviors and created an atmosphere for users to have the urge to use the cryptocurrency. Attracting talents. The Singapore government has been doing so good in attracting their talents. And here our suggestion to the Hong Kong government. First, they should provide or maintain the excellent basic fundamentals, such as the stable policy environment and the reasonable tax rate. Second, they should adjust the immigration policy, especially targeting to the talents to attract the new immigrants. Third, they should ease the policy for overseas students to stay in Hong Kong after their study. They suggest easing the visa application process, diversify the scholarship, and easing the internship employment permits. Fourth, provide a platform for the talents to grow, such as to maintain our competitivity, to build a global leading fintech R&D centers, so on and so forth. And fifth, provide proper support to nurture talents, such as provide seeding funds to attract talents to build their startups in Hong Kong, or offer favorable policies such as low tax and other favorable policy for the talents or startups to grow. 6. Provide incentives to encourage brain gain, such as provide education fund to support local students to study abroad and return after their graduation.
Aligning with the transformation into non-physical currency, the dedicated cybersecurity framework is absolutely critical to ensure the safety of all the transactions in cashless society. Corresponding infrastructure like computer science, IT technology shall be on the top position for the implementation process of cryptocurrency.
The cybersecurity framework consists of standards, guidelines, and the best practices to manage cybersecurity-related risk. And for government, it is prioritized, flexible, and cost-effective approach helps to promote the protection and resilience of critical infrastructure and other sectors important to the economy and national security. The Hong Kong government shall assist all the banking institute or relevant department in choosing the best services and organization mix to meet the advanced technology. The ramp-up challenges project-to-project transitions or changing of requirements in the cryptocurrency transformation and technology awareness. The whole integration cycle starts with identify and prepare for the contingencies, design suitable cybersecurity life cycle combined with assets like software, invent talented people. The most fundamental IT infrastructure for government, if transferring to digital currency society, shall focus on blockchain. The blockchain is a decentralized ledger of all transactions across a peer-to-peer network. Using this technology, participants can confirm transactions without the needs of a central authority. Potential applications include fund transfer, setting trades, voting, and many other users. When you add any information in the network, for example transaction, you add it in all computers in the network. But if another user in this network add his information and make a new block after yours, you can't modify your block. However, you can edit your block if you make it editing from all computers in the network and make similar changes in one moment only. It makes blockchain one of the best technology for saving structured information. Previously, when you send transactions to traditional banks, it's a common thing to take days to be completely settled. This is due to protocols in the bank transferring software, as well as the fact that financial institutions are only open during business hours weekly. You also have banks located in various time zones all around the world, with delays processing times. But it's not happening on blockchain. Blockchain technology works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which means blockchain-based transaction processes quicker. Its open source structure means that other users of the network can read and confirm or unconfirm the informations. The essential things of being open source is that it can't save locked data without majority blockchain network users. Besides, blockchain allows you to execute transactions without the needs of a third party, which is often a bank or a central server. Since the intermediary is absent, then you no need to keep it, which allows you to get rid of impressive expenses.
In conclusion, whether Hong Kong dollars can be developed and implemented successfully depends on how Hong Kong government ready itself in coming 10 years, in terms of both software and hardware. We're looking forward to welcoming in Hong Kong dollars soon. That's all about our presentation. Thank you so much for your attention.